everyone and welcome to my channel. This video is going to be my top 10 favorite films of 2016. 2016, in my opinion, has been a great year for films. There's been some amazing films. There's been some not so good films, but today we're going to be focusing on the great ones. As a disclaimer, I haven't seen every single movie that has come out in 2016. I've seen a lot, but there are some that I just didn't get a chance to go out and see in the theaters, and some that didn't come to theaters near me. So I've seen a lot of films, but I haven't seen all of them. Without further ado, let's get on to the list, shall we? At number 10, I have Fences. This is directed by Denzel Washington and stars Denzel Washington and Viola Davis. This film was beautiful. I'm a big August Wilson fan. Fences is based off the August Wilson play Fences, and August Wilson actually wrote the screenplay as well. The performances in this film are truly Oscar-worthy. Viola Davis, go for her performance alone. It's absolutely stunning. At number 9, I have Hell or High Water. I loved this film, and it came out at such a good time because the summer was kind of a dud for films, and it came out in August, and once it came out, I was like, we are back on track, and this film really blew me away. It's a modern day Western, and it's absolutely stunning. Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine all blew me away with their performances. At number 8, I have Manchester by the Sea. This film is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful direction, beautiful writing, and a performance by Casey Affleck that is absolutely heart-wrenching, and I absolutely loved his performance, as well as Michelle Williams. Coming in at 7, I have Zootopia. I love Zootopia. This film blew me away because I feel like so many people think of animation as kids' films, and I completely disagree. I love animation, and this really showed that animation can be more than just throwaway kid films. This film talked about real issues and morals and ethics, and it told it in the form of an animated film. I think kids can watch it, learn a great lesson, love the adventure, and adults can watch it and really enjoy its message. Coming in at 6, I have The Nice Guys. I loved this film. It's directed by Shane Black, and he did a phenomenal job with this film. It's witty, it's clever, and it has beautiful chemistry from Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling in this film was absolutely amazing. His performance blew me away. Nice Guys is definitely one you should watch. Coming in at 5, I have Sing Street. I was blown away by Sing Street. It's John Carney, who has done Once and Begin Again, and he is so good at interweaving music and film and making it flow beautifully. This story is a coming-of-age story, and it's about a boy in a poor era Dublin in the 80s, and he starts a band to impress a girl, and it becomes so much more than that. They learn about themselves, they learn about each other, and it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Coming in at 4, I have La La Land. I loved La La Land. It's an absolutely stunning film. The bright colors, performances by Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling absolutely blew me away. The music was fun, and it was heart-wrenching at moments, and it's an absolutely beautiful story. A love letter to LA, and the directing was amazing. Damien Chazelle is one of my favorite directors working today. He directed Whiplash a couple years ago, and that film is one of my favorite of all times. So La La Land, in my book, had a lot of standards to live up to because of how much Whiplash was amazing, and it definitely lived up to my standards. It's a beautiful film, and it's such a great homage to old classic musicals. And I loved that it took the classic musical and they perfectly intertwined it with modern day. I think this film is beautiful and everyone should go see it. Coming in at 3, I have Moonlight. Oh, Moonlight was beautiful. This film was absolutely stunning. It's another coming-of-age story, and it takes 3 sections of a man's life: when he's a child, when he is a teenager, and when he is an adult. And it's told in those 3 vignettes. It's him growing up in a really rough neighborhood of Miami, and he learns about himself, about his sexuality, and really just all about himself and him finding himself. The love story told in this film was beautiful and heart-wrenching and honest and pure, and it was so beautifully portrayed. This film was absolutely gorgeous, and the performances were amazing. Barry Jenkins' directing was absolutely phenomenal. I left the theater pondering Moonlight all night into the next day, and I'm still thinking about this film. It's absolutely stunning. Coming in at number 2, I have Edge of 17. I went in expecting a really, awesome coming-of-age story, and I connected to this film so much. I connected to the character of Nadine so much. It's a coming-of-age story about, a girl dealing with some rough stuff and going to high school, and the high school, experience from this girl's perspective. And I absolutely adore this film, and I think it's a beautiful coming-of-age story. I really, really enjoyed it, and I think it should be on people's radars. This really was a pure portrayal of coming-of-age adolescence. It didn't sugarcoat anything. It wasn't Hollywoodized. This is really a good example of a coming-of-age movie. Also, the director was a first-time director, and she did an amazing job. I absolutely loved all of her choices. She wrote it as well. It was brilliant writing. And I loved Haley Steinfeld's performance. I thought she nailed it, blew it out of the park, and this film's great. All right, my number 1 film of 2016 is Arrival. Oh my gosh, I loved Arrival. First of all, Denis Villeneuve, he is absolutely one of the best directors working today. He tells such these epic stories with haunting visuals, and everything he does, I've loved everything he's done. He's done Enemy, which I loved, Sicario, which I loved, Prisoners, which I loved. Every time he does a film, he blows out of the park. All of his films are just like absolutely stunning, beautiful visuals, and Arrival is no exception to that. Amy Adams as a linguist in this film is absolutely beautiful. Her performance is great. Definitely Oscar worthy in my opinion. When I was in the theater watching Arrival, I was completely just sucked in. I was like on the edge of my seat watching, and I was like hitting my friend every 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that, that's amazing, that choice was beautiful. And it takes you on the whole thing is a puzzle, and throughout the whole film you're putting together little pieces bit by bit, and by the end you have a completed puzzle that you really have to analyze and figure out. And that, I love Denis Villeneuve because all of his films are very ambiguous, and he makes you work for it. He makes you work for that ending, and he makes you think, he makes you analyze, he makes you critique and completely invest yourself. And I think that's what film should be. They shouldn't spoon feed you anything. You should work for it and invest yourself and analyze film. And Denis Villeneuve absolutely did that. Okay everyone, that is my top 10 of the year list. I hope you enjoyed this video. And leave in the comments below, what were your favorites of 2016? I would love to know. And yeah, I'm so excited for what film has in 2017. And I can't wait to do this again next year. Thanks for watching, everyone. See ya!